All of these photographs were taken on the Isthmus of Avalon, which connects the peninsula, Avalon Peninsula, to the rest of Newfoundland. So they're all taken on that strip between, we'll say, Come by Chance down to Chapel Arm. And I decided to do that there because for two reasons. One is I thought it represented a good section of Newfoundland where there's a lot of change happening, a lot of industrial stuff coming in there. And I thought this would be a good spot to try to represent some of that change that might be happening. And not just to represent it, but just for me to discover what it's like to be, to go through some of these communities, because we all heard, people giving pronouncements about rural Newfoundland dying and this and that, and it's not quite true. It's like it's changing, and I thought this might be a good place to photograph and try to represent some of that. And I like the idea of using the title Isthmus because, I haven't worked up a metaphor for it, but I'm sure anybody else could if they want. So I thought I would, my approach would be more or less a visual essay as opposed to, say, journalism. Nothing wrong with journalism, but I thought I will go and photograph some of my impressions and let other people make up their own mind as well. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to include a lot of photographs in this series. I like the quote that I picked up and used from Wayne Johnson, which I think is taken off the wall now, but he talked about the area being a place of turbulence and confluence, and I thought that's a nice idea, and that was sort of a starting point. So I thought there's a lot of things happening on the isthmus. The landscape is interesting, and that's pretty much constant. And the towns may be changing, but it seems like the people who live there have a certain kind of resilience, and in a way they're not changing either. Like the towns are still quite alive. Some of them are dying, as they say, and I heard people say that when I met them. But there's still a lot of active communities in that part of Newfoundland.